Good evening.
What is up, everyone? How's it going? Welcome in. How's everybody doing? Welcome in Oshik, Abra, K-Mac. How's everyone doing? Yeah, sorry for the delayed stream. My water heater decided to be really funny. On here, let me find a diagram. This will be the easiest way to explain to everyone what happened. Here we go. All right, so basically what happened is on my water heater, there is this valve. Every water heater has this, and essentially it's like a safety valve. So if the pressure inside of your water heater gets too high or like it heats up too much, you know, you don't want to damage your water heater. So there's this little valve here that basically just releases a bunch of pressure out of the water heater if something bad happens. And there's nothing wrong with my water heater. So it was just fine. It was just this valve here like has been so corroded over the years that it just started leaking a ton of water out. So basically I just replaced the valve and I also flushed out the whole tank. So we're good. But yeah, anyways, that's what happened. It saves me a lot of money not having to get a plumber, you know? Or I guess who do you even call for a water heater? I don't even know. But anyways, but yeah, everything's doing fine. It's just that the valve was just so old. Oh, you're a plumber? Oh, let's go. Where's my water pressure at? I'm not like super knowledgeable about my system. I mean, I know that it wasn't above 150 PSI, which I think is what the like limit for this is if it goes above that. So I know it's not that. Yeah, because I mean, there wasn't anything wrong with my faucets. Like temperatures were normal. I didn't notice any like weird pressure issues. I just opened it up and it was completely crusted over with a bunch of hard water deposits. I think to hydrate, because we live in an area with really hard water. And it was all rusted and destroyed inside, so it was pretty easy. But yeah, so I think we're good to go, hopefully. I'm gonna keep watching it and just make sure nothing bad happens, but yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, I don't think I have any kind of like meter or whatever for my water pressure. I don't know how I would like actually check that, but I'm not noticing any problems, so it's probably okay. We'll see. But anyways, but yeah, I'm glad I was able to fix it. I do have a gas water heater. Yeah, I mean, that would have been so expensive to have to get a plumber and replace all that. Just them coming to my house would be very expensive. So, but yeah, I had to fix a little issue. For some reason, the chat before I started streaming wasn't working. I had to delete all the caches. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is. Anyways, yeah, enough water heater talk. Flue is a real word. Yeah, I think that's the like pipe that goes above that sucks out the gases from the right? Water heater flue. Unless I'm incorrect. Yeah, that like vents out any carbon monoxide from the heater, I believe. This gas heater's having an actual like flame on the bottom. Oh, right above my head, not gonna lie, yeah. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's kind of fun doing stuff like this sometimes. Like I was having an issue with my furnace, and so I just opened that up and went in there, and I think something's like, I think the motor inside the blower motor is starting to weaken inside of my furnace. And it's making a really loud noise and stuff. So I went in there and cleaned it out and lubricated it. And it seems like it's a lot quieter now. But I think at some point I'm going to have to replace the motor, which is unfortunate. But it's still a lot cheaper than getting someone else to do it, you know? So it's only like $150 or something for a new motor. So, but yeah. No need for deep dive, just curious. Yeah, it's always a reason for those situations. If the tank is pushing 10 years old, consider looking and replacing. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not like a super old tank. I think it's about... I can't remember when we got it. I think it was kind of recent. It might have been like 6 or dare I say 7, 6 or 7 years old. But yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna keep monitoring it. If it opens back up, then I'm pretty like I can be pretty confident that it's not the pressure regulator. So it could be like there could be a real problem happening. I don't know like what would cause that to happen, because normally like I imagine what would cause that is like a bad like temperature sensor for your heater. So it would make me think that like it's heating up the water too much, and then that water heating up turning into steam that increases the internal pressure of the water tank, and that's why it would be like shooting out a bunch of water. Because I was feeling the water like it wasn't like boiling hot or anything. Like it was hot because it's in the water heater, but it wasn't like abnormally warm or anything. So I don't think it was the temperature sensor. I guess it could be like, I mean, what else would cause that? Like just the water coming into my house is overpressurized, but I don't think it's that. So yeah, it seems to me like in this case, it was definitely just that valve, but you know, if it means that I can get another 2 or 3 years out of it or something, then it's definitely worth it. Closed system thermal expansion could cause issues. 80 psi is the max you should have in the house. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I know that you can get like like another tank just for regulating the pressure of the system, right? I don't think that we have one of those. So that is always a possibility. Just that it can kind of adapt to different pressures coming in, I guess. And I imagine there's a little bit of like pressure changing just throughout the day. Like I bet like as pipes heat up or the water heats up inside, it probably increases in pressure in the middle of the day. Yeah, I'll just have to keep an eye on it though. If I notice any more leaking, then I'll have to probably replace it. But honestly, it was in pretty good shape. I also just flushed out the whole thing. You know, get rid of any sediment at the bottom. But honestly, there wasn't really almost any. It was mostly just like a little bit of iron in the water. I mean, I'm sure there's a bit of rust inside. That's just normal. Probably. I mean, I'm not a plumber. But it didn't seem too bad in there, so hopefully everything is fine. I mean, immediately I could tell right away that the new valve was not leaking at all, and it was pretty normal. But it might take a bit of time for it to like get up to pressure if there is some kind of overpressure issue. So yeah, no idea. I'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, Tier 2 tank. Whoa. But yeah, I do appreciate the advice though. Yeah, if it's getting pretty old, I'll have to go look at the date that we got it and stuff, but maybe eventually it's time for a replacement. So expensive though. How much are they? I don't know. I saw one that was like $500. I feel like that's probably too cheap. I mean, that's about how much they are, though. Well, the natural gas ones are quite a bit more expensive. I have no idea if it's the kind of thing that's a bad idea to do yourself. You know? I don't know. Probably. Kind of dangerous messing with gas lines and stuff like that, so... yeah, probably best for a professional installation. Anyways... Demonos, guys, that's what we're gonna work on. So haven't worked on this game in many years. I think this was 2 years ago in 2024, I believe, for the LD55. So yeah, I want to make this game actually work and be cool. Instead of just abandoning it and letting it sit here and rot, you know, might as well put it up on itch. That's what I'm thinking. So where do we want to start? Because there's a lot of different directions we could go, honestly. First things first, let's go ahead and swap our physics over to Jolt. I'm pretty sure that it's not on Jolt right now. We will see if that does it. Because I think it's on... I mean, I know it is the new default now, but it might be like not set to Jolt on projects that were made before then, you know, so... I'm just going to manually set it to jolt. And I want to see, I'm just curious to see how that changes the physics collision here. If it's going to make this stuff a little bit more reliable. Because before what was happening is like you could like glitch stuff through the wall, you know? Oh yeah, it's like way better. So jolt is freaking sick, guys. You can see like now these things are not, before they were phasing through the wall, right? Sometimes you can get it to do a little bit of a funny thing if you go really fast. Okay, so that did phase. But I bet we could fix the colliders and stuff a little bit with the pizza. Yo, thanks for the hydrate. How's it going, Adagon? How are you doing? But yeah, the physics seems just way more stable with Jolt, you know? If somebody phases a pizza through the wall, then that's kind of on them. Because it's kind of hard to, like, you can't just normally do it. Especially with, like, the larger objects, it's practically impossible now. There's no way that I can phase this through the wall. I think it only works with a pizza just because of how thin it is, but let's go ahead and get a dough guy. Yeah, I mean, I have to, like, really move it fast. And these are extremely thin. I could probably thicken up the model just a tiny bit. Oh, now it's like, oh, this is probably upside down. That's another thing I want to fix. Yeah, I just want to make it... We're going to change the models on the pizza, because right now it's just a blank cylinder, and it's pretty ugly. Yeah, hopefully this now... Yeah, that's much better. Before, it kept, like, phasing through the ground. It's still a little quirky, I'm not going to lie, just because the pizza is so thin, it can cause weird collision stuff to happen. But we could set a larger margin on the collision, and I think it would be totally fine, so... It's funny how it just keeps spinning around forever. Anyways... It's the idea with this game. So yeah, it was for Ludum Dare 55 2 years ago. I never finished the game because I just sort of ran out of time, to be honest. And I believe that the theme for that was like summoning was the theme for 55. So the idea I came up with was like you run like a pizza store, a pizzeria, and instead of like sourcing your ingredients ethically, you turn to the dark arts to summon your ingredients. Right? So you have a summoning circle where you can summon these little tomato people, these little guys that run around. And there's like a dough guy that also shows up. And that's how you source your ingredients for your pizza. Okay, it's just tomato guys, apparently. Can I get a dough guy, please? There we go. So he immediately turned into dough. There we go. Auto char technology, yeah. Yeah, they just immediately turn into a can of pizza sauce. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna bother like changing that to make it more complicated where you have to like, you get like raw sauce and then use a jar. I have no idea. We'll see. Maybe you have to like grab the tomato guys and put them into a big grinder that goes down into a jar or something, you know? I wouldn't be opposed to changing the mechanics here because this is just like a stupid little jam that I never finished, so there's no like ties to anything here. So it'd be kind of fun, maybe. But yeah, the models here we definitely want to improve. The dough on the pizza looks pretty ugly. It's just plain, there's no texture to it or anything. The pizza cutter doesn't really look like metal. I mean, it kind of, but it's just sort of like, it doesn't have a texture applied, so there's a lot of things that we need to fix here. Let's go ahead and start embedding it now, because I'm tired of it making a separate window. So a couple other things I'd like to do. I want to increase the gravity here. So I'm pretty sure I'm just subtracting my velocity instead of the process event or something. Hopefully I am not doing stuff in... Yeah, I am using the physics, right? Yeah. Okay, so gravity I define at that. Oh, I'm just using the physics gravity, okay. So let's up the gravity a little bit here. Maybe up it to like 14 meters per second squared. I find that the default gravity always feels just a little bit too floaty. That's much better now. Feels like my jump is like, you know, I go up, but then I like drop fast enough. And then I think an immediate improvement for sure would be like head bobbing and stuff like that to make it feel like I'm actually like taking steps instead of just floating around. So let's do that really quick. So I think that would be easy enough. So we're just going to go into, let's just do process. It'll just be easier here. And then for camera, we have a default position for where the camera is, which is at that position. I don't know why it's out a little bit on the Z. Just going to set that to 0. I just set this to 0.5. All right. Set the head bob and option turn off. Yeah, we'll probably do that. Yeah, we'll need to get an option setting set up for sure. Let's see, upgrade summon circle. Yeah, it'd be cool if you could. I do want some kind of shop mechanics like that. I think it'd be cool if you could buy upgrades. So let's call this var camera start. Let's be a vector 3. Camera dot position. Set that to on ready. So we're gonna lerp toward back that, or at least like make this position of that, right? Plus, I don't know if I have global sign range on this. I do not. So I do have global here though. Apparently I have a thing here. So let's go ahead and go copy that function from Deadlift really quick. By the way, I've been working more on the screen and stuff, and it's going all right, although I need to change the way that we interact with the screen, I think. We were using that other function before, but it kind of just stopped working all of a sudden, and it was really annoying. So instead, what we're going to do is make it so I use a raycast instead. We'll get into that maybe today. No promises, though. We're going to be focusing on the jam. So let's just go like minus 1.1 or something. That has to be so let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna say camera start plus vector 3 0 0, and I need to pass in time inside of sign range. It takes milliseconds. All right, let's go take a look at what this does now. And position on an object of null. That is fine. Let's get a reference to our camera here. And this can just say camera.position. Okay, let's try this out. Whoa! Okay, so it's a little intense, not gonna lie, guys. We're gonna make it so that this is not nearly as fast. There we go. Now, obviously, this is way too much. And we're gonna link it also to the speed that we're moving at and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and set up some new variables in here for this. So first off, var bob speed. We'll just do 100. And then I want to say, so bob speed. Yeah, we'll set that to 100 as like the default, but then I want it to get smaller as we start moving. So I want to say divided by velocity.get length, I believe. Or what is it? It's magnitude for this or whatever. What is it? I thought it was magnitude. Let's go look at vector 3. Rotate it around, slide. I guess what we'll do is just do this for a vector 2. Because I just want to know my x and my z velocity, right? And then say dot length. So if as the length increases, we should start bobbing faster. And let's go link that variable up into here. Oh, well, we actually want to then... Yeah, no, that should work, I think. Let's try it. So obviously it's way too much now, but we're going to make it better. What is this? Hey, May, you're doing an awesome job in your stream. It's super fun to watch. I would love to your fan and a friend. And you're using characters that are not real characters. What's going on here? Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and clamp this to 1, just so that it doesn't stop bobbing altogether. And then we need to increase this base value and then divide this by another value so that we can control how much that... Is that a bot? I mean, my first impression is yes, but also it's really weird that a bot would just give you a Discord name instead of like a link or something, right? Isn't that really strange? So I don't really know. I don't know why. Why is this still so weird? Here, I'm gonna go ahead and say var move 2D. Is that? I need to see what it's actually printing, I think. I'm clamping it to 1. Let me go ahead and see. What is this? Cannot do... Oh. Length. Oopsies. Let's see what this is printing out. So, oh, it's because it's going negative, probably. I think that's what's happening here. So I have to just say ABS on this. Oh, but length shouldn't matter. Never mind, I'm just stupid. Okay, so that's going up to like 9. So I don't know why dividing this is making it so ridiculous. It's a little weird. So like if I divide it by a little less, like let's say 5, then we should start at this speed and then go up to like 2 as we move around. That should be fine, as far as I can tell. But it seems like it's just insane. I don't know what's happening. Why would it be doing that? So if we divide that by 2, I'm just gonna say var move factor is that, and then print whatever move factor is. I don't know why it would be so weird. Let's go ahead and just clamp this here, right? Divided by a move factor. Hold on, let's get rid of everything in here. So yeah, it's like 1.9. It's so broken. What is going on? Bob speed. That's the... So it's just moving on the Y position. Yeah, I don't know. Coming today using weird characters. Yeah, it's definitely a bot. Someone wants to go ahead and ban that account. You're welcome to. I actually don't know why this is being so weird. It's not like a weird rounding thing, right? This is really strange. Let me print out whatever Bob's speed is. Maybe Bob's moving at a different speed than I thought. What? Okay, it's going to infinity. But I'm dividing it by 1, am I not? Oh, I set the limit to 0. Am I just a fool? Somehow this is at 200, which just doesn't seem correct at all. Like, it's not supposed to be spazzing out like this. It's just a little bit faster. Why is it like 5 times faster? Right? Doesn't make any sense. Because if I say divide by 200, we can see what that looks like. And this is what it should be when I'm running around. Like just a little bit faster. So why is it being ridiculous? Is it going back down to 0 or something? It's not like it's like changing rapidly. What? See, it's normal here when I like get up to full speed, but then otherwise it's just like super unstable for some reason. Like when I first start moving, it's like really weird. I have no idea why it's being dumb. Very strange. Well, let's just do this then. If move 2D dot length is greater than 0.1, that means that we're running, and I'll go ahead and say bob speed is 200. Otherwise, it's 400. Maybe changing that. That's probably what's going on. Since it's the total number of ticks, it means that the time that I'm changing it by is completely like freaking out when I do that. So it's fine if we do it like at the transition times like that, but otherwise I think it's bad. And I probably only really want this to be going if I'm actually moving. So where am I checking if I'm moving? So I have input up here. I'm going to move input into a shared input thing. Okay, so let's just say if input dot length greater than 0. And the game crashed? Question mark? It's a little weird. Okay, let's see what's happening. I move, it starts the double speed bob, then I stop and it immediately stops. That's kind of janky. It's like instead of, you know, what I'm probably just going to do instead is this. Just call this var bob time, right, is 0, and this will be fine. And then what we'll do is just increment it by the time that I want. So bob time plus equals bob speed. Right? So this will be fine. And we'll still do the same thing here. So bob speed times delta. And now I can do this. Instead of the ticks millisecond, I just say bob time. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here. And why is this a problem? Oh. All right. Yeah, it's because when you use ticks, the thing is that's getting like an enormous value. So it's like thousands and thousands. And the speed is way too much. So let's turn that down. Probably like 2. All right, so this is where we're at now. And then when I move, I accidentally did the inverse, I think. Yeah, greater than 0 should be like 8 and 2. Let's try that out. So this is the normal bob, and then when I'm moving, you can see it goes quite a bit faster. Probably want it to go maybe even in quite a bit more. And decrease the amount that it goes by too. I'll probably make it so we can scale all this in the options or something. Yeah, it just feels a lot more real now when I'm walking, I feel like. Might even have it go even faster, because I mean, the character moves really fast. It just feels like I'm more like actually walking instead of what I was doing before. I was just sort of like sliding. And I think when I'm running, I'll make it so that the sway amount is not as much. So like var bob. Well, let's just go ahead and do 1 bob amount, because I think otherwise it's going to be like really disorienting if it changes. So we'll just do that. Feels pretty good. Then of course, once we pair it with like sound effects and stuff like that, I think it'll be not bad. All right. Boom. Okay, let's continue moving on. I need a good metal material that I can use everywhere. The whatever I have on this now is not a real material. Where is that object? So it looks like it's just an object in the world. I can't seem to select it. So maybe it is inside of the player. Yeah, it is. Pizza cutter. Here it is. Okay, that's just a blender scene. So yeah, let's give this an actual material. So I do have a material here called metal. And there it is. So yeah, this is not gonna fly. Let's go generate a little metal material here. We're gonna keep it very low resolution. I kind of like the dithering stuff I've got going on too. I just want some like shiny metal stuff. Honestly, maybe this one, and then I get rid of the lines. Super rust is a little bit too much. I could just find like shiny metal. Oops. Just something in here. Or the other route that we could take just for fun is like we just go find metal online. And we get like a funny image of some metal. And then we just like take that as our texture. Although then we won't get any like normal mapping stuff. So I don't know if we're doing normal maps at all with this game. Because the style of it is very PS1 coded. I don't think PS1 had normal maps, if I'm not mistaken. Did PS1 have normal maps? No. Did PS2 have normal maps? It was the only console during its time not able to use normal mapping. Okay, so let's not do normal mapping then. Just stick with the vibe, you know? I think the wood texture is nice, so I'm happy with that one. And the floor is honestly also okay. I don't remember how I generated that. I'd have to like go look back at the stream. The light fixtures need improving. And the pizza cutter. Not gonna work. Let's open up Filter Forge. We can just download just the color, the diffuse, instead of the all the other stuff. So I think I can say, hopefully, plate, large plates. I don't think it's gonna work, is it? Yeah, this is only for plates. Let's just go find an epic metal texture. And we'll just use it like this. I have no idea if it's going to tile or not. But we'll see. It's actually really easy for us to check because I can just do that. And no, it doesn't tile at all. Also, it's too big, I think. Let's get this down to at least 256. So we're going to make it tile. I'm just going to kind of go through here probably with the stamp tool. Where is the stamp tool? I can never remember where it is. It's like... Is it this one? The clone tool. Here we go. And we're just going to kind of... You know, make these two areas work. Here, let's shrink down our brush size. It's not going to be a perfect tiling texture, but I think that's kind of the charm a little bit, actually, if you think about it. I kind of want it to be a little rough. Let's up the opacity. We'll go through with like a blending brush and kind of smooth all this out. So let's go do that. We've got, where's my blending brush? I think it's going to be inside of like paint or something. This guy. That is quite strong. Let's lower the opacity. That's still quite strong. Oh, that's 0 opacity. Kind of just makes it blurry. So that doesn't really do what I want. I guess we'll just have to manually blend, which is okay. Oh, man, I need to have that one on. Okay. So let's just lower the opacity. Get like a little bit of brighten some of the darker areas, you know. And then at the same time darken some of the brighter areas, right? Just kind of get a more neutral color. This might turn out looking really bad or something, but, you know, it's fine. We'll see what happens. I think it looks okay. Like, you're not going to see this texture, like, when it's zoomed in. It's just going to look like normal metal. So let's go ahead and try it out. All this metal texture. And it's somewhere in here. Demonos. Textures. Metal texture. How have I done the other textures in here, honestly? That's kind of something I'm interested in seeing. I can press the button. There we go. So the checkerboard is 64. And the brick is 128. So honestly, I think we should go even lower res with this texture. Go to 128. Do nearest. That'll look good, I think. Then let's go into our metal texture. We'll add it on there. Boom. So that's what it looks like now. I don't know, like, how reflections and shininess stuff is with PS2 style. That's something that we'll have to figure out. We'll make it metallic. Give it some roughness. A little bit of roughness. Oh, it also has albedo color. That's why it's so dark. Okay. Did PS2 have reflections? I don't know. Looks like it might have. I feel like this amount is okay. It's not like super reflective, but it's like enough. Yeah. I don't like how the wood is almost semi-reflective. I feel like it's a little strange. Like, wood is not really... It shouldn't have any specular. Right? It should just be matte, like that. Yeah. Okay. We can make these lights up here better now, too, with the new metal material. Okay. Yeah, I think the metal looks a lot better. It just kind of fits in with the textures of everything else. I do want to change the, like, UVing on the pizza cutter, because it's a little bit funny. Also, honestly, I'm thinking that we just go in here, make everything triplanar. It's just easier that way, if I'm being real. Then I can lower the scale back down to, like, 1. Okay, then pizza cutter. Do the same thing with the metal. Go ahead and go to UV1, triplanar. That scale is much too large. Set this to like 0.1, 0.5 at least. And I have to really fix up a lot of these models in here, because the pizza cutter is like... Oh, did I really export these all as GLBs and stuff? It's quite annoying. I think I'm going to redo all of this stuff as blend files, honestly. So, it's just a lot easier. Ooh, I have no idea where the original files are, but it doesn't really matter. We'll just do this, and then we'll import a GLB. Demonos. Yeah, we got everything as a GLB. Yeah, unfortunately, it's made it difficult for us to fix things. Why does that not work at all? I'm setting it to be auto smooth. Oh? Does it have like, what is going on here? I can't shade it smooth for some reason. None of these can. I don't know why, guys. It's a little strange. Are the edges marked as sharp or something? So we can say clear seam, clear sharp. See if that works. That is so weird. I can't make it smooth. Can I do it on a new cylinder? Yeah. So how come I can't do it here? I'm gonna first off apply all the transforms. Shade smooth. Don't keep sharp edges. That's so weird. I can't change it. Well. Oh, in edit mode, mesh, normals, reset vectors. Okay. Reset vectors. Interesting. Let's try that. No. Still doesn't work. Mesh. Maybe it just needs recalculating normals. Smooth vectors. I've never had this issue before. Right? It's very strange. It's not a modifier in here or anything. I can do like smooth by angle. And it just doesn't do anything. Merge by distance? Like maybe, yeah, all the vertices are split or something? That would be really weird. Oh, what? Okay, yeah, all the vertices are screwed up. It's probably during the import process then. It just like messed it all up. Okay, well thanks for recommending that. Means I don't have to redo the whole thing now. Yeah, really strange though. I don't know why it would mess it up so bad. Sure, now I need to like recalculate all the normals and everything. Why is this? Oh, it's set to 180. Okay. Whoa. That doesn't look right. What? What is going on? They merged by distance. We're all good there. The normals. Those are funny. Is it because of the vectors? Or should I say reset vectors? Now auto smooth. Oh, there we go. Yeah, very, very weird. So the vectors are screwed up. This is gonna be a nightmare. I have to redo on this. I have to redo this for everything. I mean, hi, how's the game going? It's going good. Yeah, we're just working on Demonos, the one that we're talking about last stream today. So it's going good. I just have to fix all these objects that I modeled before. I want to smooth shade them, but they're all screwed up. So we have to go into normals and keep resetting the vectors and stuff. It's quite annoying, but it is what it is. So reset vectors, auto smooth, there we go. Now we're all good. So what I wanted to do here was give this like a big inset face, and have the blade kind of go to like a thinner point. I think it would just look better that way, honestly. So we want to dissolve all these together. And then instead of doing this as a GLB, we're now going to export this as a .blend file. When I was working on this game before, I was kind of coming from like a Unity pipeline of how to do things. And so I just honestly didn't know that like you could just use a blend file. Using blend files now is like so much easier, so I much prefer that instead. Because it means we can just like edit this stuff and all our data in here is saved. It doesn't like, it's a non-destructive export, which is extremely nice. So yeah. Yeah, all the faces on this are pretty screwed up. Part of me wonders if it's easier just to go through and like remodel some of this stuff. But like, what is going on here? Is it all separated again? What? Is it because of the other faces? Maybe? Let's see if that does anything. What on earth? There's got to be some like extra vertices or something, right? But merge by distance is not doing anything. So I don't think it's that there's... Oh. Let's recalculate the normals. Let me apply all the transforms again. There we go. Okay, it must have been one of the things I did. I want that to have a slope there. Otherwise, I think most of this is fine. I don't like how these are just like flat triangles. I feel like that could be better. Let's look at a pizza cutter for reference. Like your classic pizza cutter, like this guy. So it's got the cylinder. Then it's got like the guard and the little connector thing up here. So I might go ahead and change the shape a little bit, possibly. I'd like there to be like a little metal ring on this top tube. It's going to be really annoying to do, though, because the geometry is super fricked up. See, like, these two faces, I think, should be dissolved like that. Same with these two. Yeah, GLB exports frickin' suck, man. Because it triangulates all your faces. I definitely will be using blend files from now on. Okay. And then I just want this here. Extrude along normals and just extrude it. Probably extrude it in. I guess I could extrude out. Let's look at material view. Oh yeah, I don't even have material set here. Am I just doing this per object? Okay. Let's go ahead and start setting up materials. That's kind of important, I think. And I just don't like how this bottom implies that it's just like flat, because it's kind of supposed to be like rounded at the bottom. So we'll just dissolve those faces, bevel it. That's good enough. Then add another one, and this will be wood. Whatever, it doesn't matter what the color actually is. Okay, so that's going to be wood. Make all of this metal. Metal. Yeah, this will look a lot better, I think. Metal. Especially with like the smooth shading and stuff. Okay, then this thing just feels odd here. Like, I feel like this isn't how a real pizza cutter would look. Let's see here. I mean, maybe. I'm gonna make a couple changes here. So first off, we're gonna shrink this segment on the x-axis like that. Make it thinner. Because I want to make sure it does look like it's like an actual like blade. And then I'm just gonna get rid of these triangles on the edges because I don't think it's really the vibe I want here anymore. And then these other vertices don't need to exist. Okay, that's much better. And then we're just gonna create a plane. That's gonna sit right here. Set its, what is it? But yeah, also this is all like in a really weird origin point too. Like, let's start, like, merging this stuff and making it better. So I want everything to be kind of parented to the handle, right? Then parent this to that. And then now move this over to, oh yeah, set origin to center of mass. And then now we can have it centered. Very good. Hello, chat. Welcome in. Condiment Colonel, how's it going? What are you doing with the pizza cutter? We're working on a game jam game that I never finished from a really long time ago. It's for LD55. Yeah, it's just been kind of sitting on my computer, and I never did anything with it. So we're kind of going back to it and yeah, finishing the game. So I'm just modeling this pizza cutter that the player holds for, you guessed it, cutting pizza. But yeah, something like that. I feel like that looks much more like a real pizza cutter. Maybe expand it out just a little bit more that way. And I might give it thickness. I kind of like it just being a flat plane though, honestly. So I think we'll just keep it like that. So anyways, this is far improved now. We can go back into Demonos. I don't think we even have a folder, do we? For models, I don't think so. So I'm going to make a folder called models. And call this pizzacutter.blend. Alright. Then these all have materials assigned, so we can do those. Just gotta wait for this to process. Doing well. Attempted mini jam 211, but I maybe stretched beyond my limit. Yeah. Let's check that one out. Mini jam 211. Dinosaurs. Yeah. I think I've heard of this one before. Yeah, it's 72 hours. Okay. On a budget. Interesting. I'm learning Godot very slowly, and implementation is tough. Yeah. It definitely takes time, for sure. But I will say, jams are a very good way, I think, of gaining experience with Godot. Because it's just a nice little, like, contained thing. You don't have to worry about, like, connecting all these things together, or, like, worrying about the baggage that comes with a larger project, so... yeah. It takes time, but it's definitely worthwhile, I would say. Whoa. He's a little bit too big. So why are, like, the things still stretched out? I thought I applied... oh, it's probably because, like, the UVs are destroyed. So I probably have to go through and manually... yeah, I'm starting to think that maybe... wait, what? That's not even the right model, is it? I don't have anything else that's hidden. Did I import the wrong... I think I did. Whoopsies. I was supposed to import this one. There we go. Look at that beauty. Now I can save this as a new inherited and save it as pizza cutter. Okay. And get rid of that guy now. Well, don't get rid of it yet. I want to, like, scale this properly and everything. So yeah, let's shrink this down because it's way too big. Oops, I forgot to parent that. So how big do we want this to go? Let's start with half size. Scale. Now just instantly update in here. Still slightly too large. Let's go down to 0.6 or something like that. Let's try that. I did not apply the scale. Very close, just ever so slightly smaller. 0.8. And now apply. Oh god, I did all transforms, but I think it's fine. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, it was on the wrong, like, plane. Yeah, still a little bit too small. Or too big, I mean. This model textures reminiscent Half-Life style art to me. Yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm kind of going for, like, a very early, like, sort of PS2 era vibe, I feel like. early 2000s atmosphere, you know? Yeah, I think it's going good. I just need to get this lined up in here. All right, so that's good. So now this is a... Oh, this is not inherited scene. New inherited. Pizza cutter. Yeah, I saved it. Oh, I guess this isn't actually the pizza cutter scene, so let's drag that in. There we go. Okay. And I guess that's about like where it's supposed to be. I don't know how I handle the code for it. We'll figure that out. Anyways, now what I can do is go back into here and give all of these materials. So we'll do metal. And I might have to flip this. No, it looks like we're good. Surface material, boom. Set this guy, boom. Just the little joint. And then down here on the handle, we've got two. We've got the metal, and then we've got our wood texture. I'm doing all of our textures as triplanar again because I think it's just very convenient and wonderful. So, not world though. And then we need to go into sampling and change this to nearest. Boom. Look at that pizza cutter, guys. Crazy. Now let's go see what happens. I think it's going to break because now the name of the pizza cutter has changed. Yeah. Let's fix this. Because, yeah, I'm referencing that pizza cutter. Let's go ahead and get a static reference to the pizza cutter. Make a type of node 3D, right? And then now wherever I say pizza cutter, I change that guy to that. And all of these. Oh boy. I don't know why I'm doing all these separate. I think it's so that I can like move it vertically up and down at a different rate from the other things. Yeah. We got ads going on. My apologies, everyone. Now we can go get rid of the other pizza cutter, make it a child of that, and delete the other guy. Let's try it out. Rotation on object of null. Pizza cutter. Oh, I didn't actually give it the reference. Oopsies. Wasn't here. I'm doing the right thing. I think the community is for sure super encouraging to me. Yeah. I've always had a very good, positive experience with the Godot community, I would say. Everyone's always been very helpful with stuff, so it's always been a good time. But yeah, they are definitely very helpful. Oh, the tables are so much stuff that's broken. Well, we'll slowly fix it bit by bit. If the table's simple enough, I'll probably just remodel it. Let's check it out. Import GLB. Yeah, the wood seems really shiny for some reason. We're going to take a look at that. I don't know why it's so shiny. It's a little strange. Table. Oh boy. So for some reason the origin point is in the middle, which is odd. I guess that's like just so that when I grab the table, that's where it gets grabbed from. I don't know. The mesh is probably all super screwed up, so let's go fix it. Yeah, merge by distance. Then we got to do reset vectors and recalculate normals, and then auto smooth. And the auto smooth did not work. You know what? This is the most simple shape ever, so I'm just going to recreate it. We'll do like 8 sides. I think it has 8. I think it had more. I think it had 10. Yeah, 10 is fine. Yeah, literally, this is what I did. And then I just said, like, this to get the middle column. And then I went in here and did a loop cut. So one up near the top, one near the bottom. And then we just extrude along the normals. Yeah, it's funny how much easier it is to just remodel the whole thing instead of trying to fix it. Boom, guys. New table. And the old one is banished. Leave my sight. Alright. Now I can auto smooth. It might have been working before, but it's fine. Now I'm sure that this one doesn't have weird messed up normals. So let's go save this as table.blend. So, yeah, why is the wood so shiny? We're going to take a look at that with the table here. Let's go into the world. And I don't know why I like manually placed all these. Like, honestly, probably easier to just procedurally do it. Table's too big. Scale that guy down to 0.5 scale. Apply all the transforms. That seems about the right size. Yep. All right, so we're gonna make this a new inherited scene. Call it table. I don't think there's anything special inside of the other table scene, but let me go make sure. Nope, just a cylinder collider. So let's go ahead and override it now. Can't override a scene that's still open. Let's just call it shop table or like pizza table. Sure. Doesn't matter. All right, let's drop the wood onto it. Boom. So, I mean, the wood shouldn't be shiny. Let's look inside of the stuff in here. So we've got no specular, no metallic, and roughness is full. So just those things alone, that should basically be it. Like, it shouldn't be shiny. Unless there's something weird going on with the pizza cutter wood. Seems like it's normal. Maybe it's just the way the texture is on it or something. It makes it look like it's shining, but it's not actually, you know? Because it's the same material. So it should be fine as far as I can tell. I don't know. I need to redo the chairs. And, oh my goodness. So I have all these as like separate objects. Why don't I just make these their own scenes, right? So let's just remember what we have here. We have like six sets of these chairs, right? There's just too many of them here. Let's get rid of them all. Let's also go to the table that we generated. Table.blend. And let's give it a collider. So we're going to make this a type of physics body. Rigid body, 3D. Like so. Re-import. Now it's a table. Also inside of here, we can just give it a quick little collision shape as well, I believe. Go into here and say physics on. And it's basically good enough. Yeah. I'm not going to worry so much about these shapes being optimized. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Is this the new table? I think. Let's go look. No, this is still just an old table. I must have not selected it. Okay. Let's get rid of the old table scene because it's really confusing. And same with the old GLB. I'm just going to start deleting the old stuff. Ah, pizza table. Lovely. Say, welcome in. There's Sila. How's it going? It said this generated. Oh, but it did it as like a static body. Hold on, let's go look at the way that I did this. I need to be a like sibling. Right here. So body type, I want to be... It should be a rigid body. Shape type is automatic. Okay, let's just not generate the physics and I'll do it manually. It's fine. We're gonna go ahead and generate a collision shape here. Sibling, tri-mesh, boom. And why is this complaining? Not behave well, rigid body 3D. Okay, so let's not make it convex. We're gonna regenerate the mesh. And let's do it as... Or yeah, we do want it to be... So we want a single convex like this, yeah. That should work better. It'll still be pretty much fine. You won't really be able to tell that it's weird. And delete the old table. Don't save. There's the player. Alright. Probably figure out playing Pokemon Gold on Game Boy Color. Oh, yeah. Never had a Game Boy or anything. I was a little bit too young. The Nintendo 3DS and stuff was the thing I was gaming with. I played so much of Animal Crossing. It's crazy. I do really like Animal Crossing. Speaking of Animal Crossing, that's the music right now. This is too epic. Oops, center of mass. Alright, I am gonna try and fix this one up because I don't want to have to remodel these different shapes. So we're gonna merge all those, go into reset vectors, and then recalculate the normals. So it's pretty weird. Oh, there we go. It's actually like fine. Set it to like 40 probably. Nice. Now, I don't know how I feel about these. They are hollow down here. I've been like looking at these and I'm like, that's kind of weird. So I'm gonna fill those in. And I'll probably also like drag those down. Right, like that. And I think that's a lot better. Alright. Otherwise, I think this model is fine. This is clipping through a little bit though, so let's fix that. Grab those two. Boom. Oh, it's my stepdad's, but... yeah. I feel it. Let's call this chair. Oh, when you make an Animal Crossing clone then? Someday. Don't tempt me, okay? Careful. It would be really fun. And honestly, in some ways, I would say that Lured In kind of takes a lot of cozy inspiration from Animal Crossing, you know? Just the whole like vibe and atmosphere of the game in a lot of ways, I would say. But yeah, definitely like it would be kind of fun, I'm not gonna lie, to make like an actual Animal Crossing game. You know, you run your own little town. I always like the running your town aspect of New Leaf. I don't think you really quite... I mean, you do still in like Horizons, I think. I haven't played Horizons yet, really. I booted it up like one time just to try it out, but I never like played more after that. But I don't know, yeah. One day. So what do I have as the shapes? It's just a square. I'm gonna delete that chair. I'm also gonna delete the GLB because it's just such a mess. And then close the scene. Don't save it. Boom! Big chair. I think I have to scale this to half size. Let's give that a try. Come on, there you go. Yeah, that seems like a good size. And then we can rescale these after if we want. So let's name this share.scene. Let's go ahead and give it our wood material. Plop it on there. Look at that wonderful chair. Boom. Now we can just kind of line it up with the tables. Not super worried about the positioning and stuff on this. I mean, it is just like randomly scattered around. These are going to get flung around in 2 seconds anyways, the minute somebody starts walking around, so it really doesn't like have to be very precise. Maybe it makes it look more real if it's not quite perfect anyways, you know? Something like that. All right, now we can just kind of duplicate these and keep placing them around. So the door is over this way. Let's put them over here. One set right around there. Another one. Another one. One more. And probably one there. These might be a little bit too tiny. It's kind of hard to tell right now. But we'll see. And since I have the space, I might as well put some more down. I'll re-chat in a second, guys. Alright, let's go see what these look like. No trigger music? Yeah. Oh yeah, these are fine. I can't move them for some reason. Let's figure out why. So the table is a rigid body. It should just have a layer of 1, mask of 1. What did these have before? That is kind of a good question. Let me go see what collisions the player does. So their layer is 2, so I need to have these set to a mask of 2, I believe. All right, it's 3 in the morning. I ruined my sleep schedule. Yeah, sorry about that. So if you're not slapping any other Animal Crossing clones tonight, I might as well go to bed, yeah. Alrighty, sounds good. Thank you so much for coming in, Rats. I appreciate it. Yeah, have a good rest of your night. Give that a funny shape there. And then the chair, we need to go into here and change it into a eye. Do a rigid body. Boom. Re-import. Look at that chair. And then, yeah, we got to make sure that their collision shapes are set to collide with mask 2. Because that's the player. So if we want the player to bump them around, then that's what we need. Let's go try it out. Shoot. Still not working. I don't know. Whoa. What? So the player can... Did I have a code or anything for the table before? They might have to be on layer 3 also. I think that's so that I can interact with them. Oh yeah, there we go. It seems like I'm not able to bump these around for some reason. Like the player themselves are colliding with it, but it's like it's not going the other way. It's a little strange. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of mask 1 or something. Okay, set mask 1 on. Maybe it's because it's... Oh, it's probably because it's on layer 1. And so that means that it's like counts as solid for the player. There we go. So yeah, now it'll just get pushed around by the entities and stuff. Okay. So then back into here, I want mask 1 and 2, but not layer 1. It doesn't have a collision layer. Alrighty. Look at that chair. Yeah, it's epic. It's already causing a ruckus in here. It is always really funny how you can just run through this stuff. It just becomes an absolute mess. But yeah, these will be layer 3. Is this an old game? Yeah, this is from quite a while ago. It's a jam that I never finished. It was for Ludendare 55. Yeah, and I just kind of abandoned it for a long time. Because I wasn't going to hit the deadline on the jam, so I just sort of gave up. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to make it. But, I don't know, randomly it was brought up in chat, and I was like, you know what? Why not? Why not come back to it and actually finish it? So I'm just kind of going through and fixing all the models. They were all in GLB format before, which is really annoying because it means I can't like edit these and make changes easily. So I'm kind of going through and redoing them all as blend files again. Oh, that's really funny. I need to fix that decal. Yeah, it's going good. We'll start working on like the mechanics and stuff in a minute. We need to model like a pizza oven where you drop your pizzas into to cook and stuff. I wonder how like far we want to go with the mechanics of this. Like, do we want like little coal sprites that you can summon and that's how you fuel your furnace, you know? Like, I wonder how we want to go about it. Maybe like the kinds of candles that you have lit or something around the summoning circle could be like the type of ingredient that you're summoning, you know? Oh, it's got to be wood because it's wood-fired pizza, yeah. Like maybe there's a black candle that you hit and that like activates it so it does like a coal guy. And there's like a tan one and stuff, you know? And we can add this hover over so it'll show like summon coal or summon wood. And maybe another is like summon dough, just so you can choose what kind of guy you're summoning maybe. Unless we like that it's random. I don't know, we're gonna have to think about the design actually, which is crazy. Yeah, I don't know, it's hard to say. I've been grinding, gotta say finding quartz is hard. Yeah, it is quite tricky. How did this chair get out of here? Is this a real chair? Let me through. Is this one of the normal chairs, or is that a different chair? Well, somehow I got out there. I don't know how. Yeah, it's tricky though. I think we need to like look up some locations or something of where the quartzite and marble stuff is. That'll probably help. Sounds would really benefit this game right now, I think. It's a little like silent. It's a little... Yeah, why is that wood? Okay, so it's not that the wood is actually shiny. It's just that it looks shiny because that one spot on the wood texture looks kind of like it's like got a bright streak. So honestly, we can just offset the material a little bit like that and you won't even know. So that's fine. Very cool. I'll probably also put like a posterization shader on top of everything too. I think it would be nice. We go copy the one that I'm using in Deadlift. Gotta wait for it to update. I don't remember what that shader is called. I'm pretty sure it's like in World or something. And I have a color rect here. That's static. Oh, that's the shop screen. Day and pause menu, so it must be inside of the player's canvas. Unless I have another one that's like inside of like a global UI. Debug overlay. What kind of shaders do I have in here? I know it's somewhere. So we have wobbly, static, snapping, shell, liquid fill. It's not those. I think it's called effect. I think this is it. I'm just going to copy all that stuff, go back into here, and I already have a canvas layer on the player, so we'll just do it here. Do a color rect, set to fill, and mouse is set to ignore, material, and just call this overlay effect. All right. Oh, we get candles from a place in the pizza shop, a UI shop, or another place altogether. I'm not 100% sure yet, honestly. There's a lot of like questions like that right now that we have to figure out. Like, how do we want to go about all this, you know? Yeah, it's an interesting question. Not 100% sure. We'll get into that in just a second. We can start like writing out our plans for everything, you know? So this is what this dithering shader looks like. I think it's kind of nice. Gives everything like a crunchier aesthetic, you know. And we can also increase the dither size if we want, you know, to get like a larger dither like this. I might go for a smaller dither on this actually, like a 2 dither maybe. And we can also choose how many colors there are. 1 color is not great. This is 2. If I wanted to make a horror game, maybe. What's going on with my cursor? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12. I feel like 12 is honestly kind of a nice middle ground. So yeah. Get over here. Yeah, we can look around at more shaders and effects and stuff too. We don't have to go with this one, but I think it's just easy and nice. All right. Maybe a little goblin man sells them from the kitchen. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I need to be able to run. I don't know why. This feels like I'm like, maybe. Do we need running? It's hard to say. Also, one thing I want to do is stop the head bobbing when I'm in the air. So let's go do that. So I just want to say else elif is on, if not on floor, then I want to say bob speed is equal to 0. So now, like when I'm running and I jump, the bobbing stops while I'm in the air. I think. It's kind of hard to tell. No, it seems like it's not working. So if I'm not on the floor, should be true. Let's see if it's printing out in here. No, it is not printing, so why does that not work? Where do I do my jumping? So I just set my velocity to that. That's pretty straightforward. But apparently this is not checking if I'm actually on the floor. Maybe it's just because it's in the process event. I don't know. Or maybe it's because I have to like set that up or something, or it's... I'm not saying move and slide in here, so maybe that's the problem. So I'll just say LF in air. We'll do that. And then just say var in air, bool is false. And then now in here, when I'm actually doing move and slide, I can say if not, I'll just say in air is equal to on, not on floor. Let's give it a try. Still doesn't seem to work at all. Let's print out what in air is, just so I can see if it's doing anything. So false, true, false, true. So it is working. But it seems like my bobbing is still like being processed somehow. Oh, and I guess it's because that takes priority. So I have to say if in air, bob speed is 0. Otherwise do that, otherwise do that. Okay, that's the problem here. Let's try this out. This should work. Yeah. Wait, maybe not? Still not working. Oh, I didn't say LF. Oopsies. My bad. Okay, this should be it. There we go. It's a small thing, but it just helps, I think. This guy's making a mess. Stop! Alright. It'd be kind of scary if like you could see through the windows and there's just like a guy standing out there staring at you and then he runs away. I feel like this game does kind of have horror vibes. It's not really like a true horror game, you know, but like it's got that energy. It kind of reminds me of like just the pace of everything and the, you know, running like your own little store, like the horror game about grocery store, you know, the one I'm talking about. I think it's Shift at Midnight or something. It's this one. What is it called? Dead of Night? Supermarket? No, it's not that one. What is this game called? I hate having to click on a YouTube video for it. Night of the Consumers, right. You know, probably seen this game around. You have to like run around the store. I guess we're going for a similar like texture vibe, you know. We don't have any normal mapping. The lighting is relatively flat. I probably will change the lighting a little bit more. Yeah, we'll have to see. It looks like there are reflections, I believe. It's just that it's hard to tell that they're in here. But yeah. Sometimes you have to study other games to know how to do stuff. Alright. So yeah, I might lighten up the lighting in here just a tiny bit. Because I think right now, let's go look at our world environment node. What do we have going on here? So I have SSAO on. I do want that on. We don't really need any of this other stuff. I do want glow and fog. It doesn't even seem like the fog is like strong enough to be doing anything. So I might up the density of the fog a little bit. And honestly, I think I might change this fog away from exponential to depth. Just since we're inside of a little room like this, it's kind of important. And then we can do depth begin and depth end, right? So we can end it at like 20 meters or something like this. Maybe. Maybe a little more like, and then start it at 0. That should be good. Set the density to 0.5. They should just kind of help give like a little bit of a mistiness in here. There's also stuff like aerial perspective, and I have no idea what all that does. I kind of like a little bit of that, though. It's almost like dusk outside now, you know, instead. It's nice. And we've got the glow on. Could normalize it if we wanted to. It's probably fine. We have it on screen. We could change that mode. Not replace. There's mix. Additive. Screen. I don't know what would look the best. Soft light's like a little less emphasized. Replace is just a mess. And mix isn't too bad either. I kind of like how mix looks, honestly. I think we'll stick with that. There's also adjustments that we can do in here. You know, we can adjust the brightness and all this stuff, the contrast and the saturation. I don't think we need that right now. So the SSAO in here, I feel like is a little weak. I want to up the intensity. Really get it strong. I like how strong SSAO looks, to be honest. And the thing that you can see is like it's not working on tiny stuff. So I think for that we increase the detail or something like that. The radius. Or what was it? It's like the AO channel effect. Light effect, the sharpness, the horizon, the detail. I did this inside of Deadlift, you know. Just can't remember what like settings I used for it. Let's just go look really quick. If we go into world, go to our SSAO. Okay, so we have detail at the maximum. So detail, boom, up all the way. Then horizon is set to a small amount. 0.06. That's just the default. And then what is it? It's AO channel effect, I think is the one that'll do it. And light effect. Sharpness 1, detail 5. Powers is default. Intensity is like 3 and radius is 1. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem to be like doing a whole lot on these models. Like what I would expect to be seeing here is on the edges of where this connects to the top of the table, we'd see like a little darker band, but it's not really working. Maybe I'm just silly. It is working on this model over here, which is interesting, but not like on this one. And I don't know if it's just because the models are weird and funny or something. I thought the AO channel effect would do that. There's also light effect. That seems to do something. I do actually like how that looks. That on. Kind of adds like a little bit of it like for the things on the object, almost like a shadow. That is also something we could experiment with, is shadows. I don't know if we really want to do that or not, but we could try it for fun. We can enable shadows. I don't think it would make sense for the style, but this is what it looks like with shadows. Oh. I think it's like too realistic. It just looks odd to me. Something I would like to do on these lights, I think, is like... Oh, don't do that. Change the attenuation. Just changing that can really change the vibe here. Shadow mode doesn't matter. There's also like a custom projector that we could potentially apply as well. But we'll actually up the size so it kind of fills out that whole light up there. How come I can't like look up all the way? I feel like my vertical look is like very limited. Let me go fix that. For some reason I just randomly have it set to 30 degrees instead of 90. I don't know why. Ah. All right. Get over here. Yeah, I think a big part of making a game look good is really just comes down to textures and stuff like that. So I like those bricks. I feel like they are maybe too high res though, if I'm being honest. And I feel like I need to make them lower res. Come on, show me the Demonos folder. A, B, C, D. There it is. So I did generate this inside of whatchamacallit. You know, the funny program. You know what I'm talking about. Filter Forge. And I have to like restart to see it apply. Yeah, I think I like that better. It's a little more low res. Very cool. Alrighty. So what do we want to do next? Let's we need to like discuss the design of this game and like figure out what it's actually going to be all about, you know what I mean? So let's discuss. Okay? So first off, let's talk about the kitchen. I think there's going to be a couple things that we want. We're going to want pizza oven. I also want to discuss the sauce grinder. And we need to figure out like what is the flow of resources here and how does like the whole summoning system work, right? So like, for example, are we going to make it so that you can choose what gets summoned, or are you going to be able to choose, or is it just always random, you know? I don't know. What do you guys think? Random, or you get to choose? Hey, Ezra, thank you so much for the raid. welcome in. How's it going? What's going on? What were you up to today on your stream? Yeah, we're just chatting about the design of this little, I was working on this jam about 2 years ago. It was for Ludum Dare 55, and I didn't get it finished in time. I think I was like really busy with Starground stuff. But we're going back and finishing the game, because why not? And we're just gonna put it up on itch. Yeah, I'm just kind of like planning out the design of everything, of how it's gonna work. I think the theme was like summoning or something like that on this, but we are Void. Welcome in. How's it going? But yeah, we're just kind of going over all that stuff right now. I want to add in like a pizza oven. Basically, the whole objective is you're like summoning your ingredients instead of buying them. Then you have to summon these little guys and you have to kill them and turn them into pizza. So, but yeah. Just finishing up, going through first time experience and gameplay checklist to get the demo released at the end of June. Let's go. Nice. That's very awesome. Yeah, I got the Learn In demo out pretty recently. It's been going good. Go look at that here. Still haven't hit the 10 review threshold, unfortunately. We're 1 away, but it's okay. I don't know why the game didn't get very many demo reviews, to be honest, because it's not like there isn't people playing the demo or something. It's strange, because we're still getting lots of wish lists from the demo. How many wish lists do we have? Let me go look. It's quite mysterious. So we're at 77,000, almost 7,600 wish lists. So, I mean, it's a lot of wish lists. And there's still a lot of people playing the demo if we look at those stats too. But it's just, there's not a lot of reviews. I don't know why exactly. I mean, right now there's 14 people on the demo. We've gotten 1,400 people playing. And I think usually like the standard conversion rate is like 1 review per 50 people. So if we have 1,437 people that have played, and we divide that by 50, theoretically we should see like around 28 reviews or something, right? Just going off of the usual rates. But it's not. So I don't know. I wonder if it's just that people don't know that demos can be reviewed, you know? That's maybe what I'm thinking. That it's just something like that. It's really hard to say. Yeah, I don't know. Again, looks nice. So thank you. Yeah, did I submit this for Next Fest? I did. So we'll be doing that. I think it's like June 15th or something. So yeah. So I'll do marketing push this time around first. Yeah, for the October Next Fest. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if I'll have anything ready for October. It's hard to say. Maybe Deadlift might be ready for a demo around that time, but it's hard to say. Yeah, maybe they're still playing. I have no idea, honestly. I mean, like, the stats in here are fine. You know, the median time is around 36 minutes, which for a demo is, like, pretty normal. It's not like people are, like, opening it for 1 second and then closing it immediately or something weird. Like, I mean, they are playing the demo. I don't know. It's just hard to say. There's the thing about, like, stats, you know, that's always very interesting, is, like, you can try and predict things and assume things are going to go a certain way, but at the end of the day, unless it's actual real sales, then it doesn't mean anything. Like, 7.6k wish lists might mean nothing. Like, maybe the game only makes sells 100 copies or something instead of what I'm expecting, you know? And it's possible that might happen. There's just no way of really knowing. It's sort of the same thing with the demo. Like, even though the numbers are there, there's no reviews. Like, I mean, there are some, but less than I would have expected. Because there's been other demos that I've seen come out that I would say are around the same, like, tier of whatever activity as Lured In, and those are usually getting about what you would expect, like 20-30 reviews. So yeah, I don't know why. Who knows? Let's see. I like the idea of getting to pick, but maybe just start with basic handles that spawn random basic ingredients. Yeah, I'm thinking something like that could be good, like an upgrade you can buy to get better ingredients here. Yeah, we'll just say random. Get upgrades to choose later. That could work. Alrighty. Yeah, otherwise, I think the demo's gone pretty well, though. Lots of good feedback on everything, and like everybody that's played the demo and left a review do all really enjoy it. And the thing that you can see in here too is like people that review have played, like this person has almost 7 hours in the game, so that's just for the demo, which is pretty crazy. This person's got 2 now, 0.8. This is a much shorter playthrough, but this person also had the play test, so like they have like 16 hours total. It's just they didn't play the demo very much because they have the playtest instead. So yeah, I don't know. I wonder if part of it is because I still have the playtest like on the page, and maybe some people are just playing the playtest instead of the demo. I have no idea. It really is just sometimes with this stuff, like just having to run experiments to find out the reasons for things, you know? Because there's still like, I mean, there's a lot of people in the playtest. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm really hoping I can at least make like $10,000 on this game. Ideally, a lot more. I mean, if we're at like 7,600 wish lists, I'm assuming we'll at least get like another, probably hit at least like 10,000 wish list for Next Fest, right? After Next Fest and stuff. I'm hoping that we can get to 10,000 before Next Fest. It's going to be kind of cutting it close, but I might try and put some devlogs out and see how that goes. But our wishlist velocity has gone way up recently, so hopefully. And then you say like 20% of those is week 1 sales of your wishlist conversions, right? So hopefully we'll get a 2,000 sales week 1. And then you multiply that by the price of the game. It's probably going to be $8. So that would be 16,000 week 1, and I'll probably end up with about 50% of that after everything's said and done. So hopefully week 1 we make $8,000, and then I think you make about, what is it, 3 times the amount of that over the next year. So like after a year, that's $24,000 earnings. And like the thing is that's honestly pretty good for the time that I've put into it, I feel like, because it's only been a 6-month little idle incremental project. So like if I could make that much from, like if I could double that in a year, that's like an okay income. I mean, obviously it's not great or anything, but like, you know, it's more than I'm making now. So, and the thing is too, is like releasing games like this, you are building like a repertoire of passive money earners, you know? Like Starground will still continue to get sales. It still does, and every once in a while I still get money from that game, right? Especially during like sales and stuff, and as time goes on you do deeper sales, and it can actually still be pretty profitable even years after launch. But yeah, Starground still, like, I'd say every day is making me about like $10. Some days it does really well, other days not as much, but you know, it adds up. So if you take like $10 every day, 70 a week, 280 a month, you know, it's not a whole lot of money. But also this is not taking into account sales, which is like probably 90% of my money from Starground. So, because usually I'm getting around like $1,000 a month on Starground. So, and then when sales roll around, it really shoots up, you know. There's been some sales where I've made thousands and thousands. So, yeah, it just depends. I wonder if that's going to change at all, like during full release time for Starground, you know? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know how that conversion from early access to full launch changes with profits, you know? Like, Is it gonna like die off faster after full release, or is it gonna like be more enticing to people to buy then and make more money, you know? I just don't really have any idea. So we'll find out. Anyways, enough blabbering on about the stats and stuff. Sorry if it's boring. We can keep working on the cool stuff. So yeah, we'll just make this summon random stuff for now, and then eventually get like an upgrade. So we need like a desk in here or something, because it's really I don't know. Not good in here. Save that scene. Oh, it's gonna re-import it. Okay. Looks like there's like a bunch of cobwebs on the chairs, you know? It's funny. So yeah, let's put like a counter here probably. We need to like model out this whole... I kind of want to like, right now I've done this just with like separate objects that I've created inside of the engine, but it's kind of really difficult, I feel like, to design everything this way. I can't like... I just want like to put all of this whole room into Blender, you know? I think that's probably what I'm gonna do here. So, how big is this room? Like, that's what we need to figure out. Like this plane, for example, that's 25 by 25, but then I like shrunk it over there. So it's probably gonna be like 25 by 18 or something. You know, something like that. 25 by 16. We could just go 25 by 15 probably. Would be fine. It's hard to say. And we can easily expand it later, like if we need to, so it's not like set in stone. Let's go 25 by 16 for now. So we're just gonna make a big plane. So this is 2 meters. Let's go 25. Then how do I make it 16? So if it's 25 wide this way, I want to do how much on each side? Let's go calculate. So it's a difference of 9, so 4.5 on each side. So minus 4.5. 4.5. All right, so this is going to be our new model for the shop. I think this is going to be a little bit better this way. Let's go save this as building. And I can fill a lot of this stuff out in here after, but I just want to do the actual like shape of everything in Blender. So we're going to drop it in. It's oriented the wrong way. So we're going to rotate it like this. And now we know that this should be the entrance, I believe. There we go. Let's push this down to 0 there, and probably just centered here would be the correct position. It doesn't really matter where it goes, but I'll try and line it up so that we don't have to move all the other objects a bunch. That should be good right there. Yeah, and the thing is, it's like all of our walls have depth, and they really don't need it. Like, it should just be like a... like this, right? I don't know how tall the walls go here. This is 4 meters. We'll see how that is in game. And then I want to keep an eye out for our face orientation. Because I want to make sure. So yeah, we're good here. There should be red on the outside. Let's see how this looks. So that is actually perfectly correct right there. Okay. And then we can just fill over the roof. And start setting up materials here. Call this one floor. Just do like that. Material, call this wall. Do like a darker material. And then roof. It'll just be white. Alrighty. We'll make a new inherited. Call this building. Back in a world. Get rid of that guy. Get the new guy here. And fix his position. About right there. Okay, so now we can start getting rid of all these old sections and stuff that just looked weird. It looks like our door is a separate object, which is fine. That's okay. And is this material set? Like, I don't think it's saved, so we better do that. Yeah, call it ceiling. Delete that one. That one. We'll have to kind of redo the physics stuff here. It's no big deal. And I believe that this one is saved as brick or whatever. Oh yeah, this is going to be so much cleaner. We don't need these other lamps here. Let's get rid of those for now. Okay. And then also our floor. I almost forgot. Oh, I don't think this guy's saved. Hold on. Save it as floor. Alright, now we get rid of the mesh instance. Boom. So instead of doing all this stuff, I'm going to set this physics shape inside of here, inside of building. And I'm just going to say mesh, create collision shape, sibling, try mesh. And we're going to change building into a type of static body. Boom. Re-import. Boom. Now we got the colliders. And it should be on collision layer 1. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So this is much better now. Let's set our materials. So we got, I think, floor first. And then, I think it's brick. Brick for the walls. And ceiling. And I want to set all this stuff to be triplanar, because it wasn't before. That scale's way too big. Probably do like 0.1 scale. It's maybe a little bit too large. Maybe 0.25. That seems pretty good. Change the floor scale, make it triplanar. Nose is itchy. Hard to tell how that is right now. I think it's a little bit large, so maybe go to 0.5. Hey, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. And I think the bricks are okay. Okay, so back into here, everything looks pretty much the exact same, and that's the intention. Now, this is, we're going to have to cut out like a little thing over there for the car. That's fine, because now I can just modify this inside of Blender, and it's so much easier. But yeah, we're colliding with the walls and stuff, and we're not rendering in a bunch of extra faces that just don't need to be rendered anymore. So it's just one flat pane, right? So much better. The door doesn't even need to be a cutout. The windows are like boarded up anyways. I need to do something with the windows because it's weird how they're just like these weird like panels. I don't know what's up with that. Cool. All right, let's redo these little light fixtures. They look kind of stupid. Let's go into lamp scene. Now, I do want to redo this in Blender, so I'll probably go ahead and open it up really quick. I don't think I can open a model. No. So I have to import it. GLB. Demonos. Do lamp. Just like this. There's a lot of things I don't like about this lamp. But first up, merge by distance. Fix all the weird holes. Next up, reset the vectors. Next up, recalculate the normals. All right. I'll auto shade this to like, yeah, 40 or something. I think that looks okay. Though I'm not like, let's get rid of this guy here. It doesn't have to be a square. I think we can just make that a like a cylinder with 3 vertices like this. Just make it kind of thin. Also set this back to be located at 0 because it's not for some reason. And there we go. Set this all to the same material here. Call this metal. Metal. And this is bulb. Save this as... It's not a lamp. How do I spell ceiling? It's like that, right? Ceiling light. I mean, I think the shape of this is fine. It's just that it needed like a little bit of redoing. It looks like it's just got 0 thickness, which is fine. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Okay. So let's go update this in here now. Okay, we're going to copy that Omni light. Let's just go into anywhere. It's called ceiling light. We're going to drag it in, a new inherited scene. Call it ceiling light. Now in the other one, which I believe I call lamp for some reason. I'm going to copy the Omni light, move it into here. And see, it's just weird because like this one is offset for no reason. Like, I just want to fix all this stuff. Now we can also give these the metal texture. Boom. And it's all way too big, so we're gonna fix that. Oops, wrong one. This guy, there we go. So we can see it's like just way too enormous. Go ahead and just conjoin that. Do like at least 0.5, maybe even smaller. Let's see what that looks like. That's actually pretty good. It's actually maybe slightly smaller than it used to be. Should be fine. Alright, so we're going to move these into position again. I don't know how these were oriented before, like their positions, if it's on a grid. Looks like it's pretty random, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm just going to kind of get them lined up with where they were before. And then we can duplicate a whole row. That looks pretty good there. And about right there, and one more. Right there. Now you can get rid of the old lamps. Boom. And for some reason, the light is like not visible. What? I thought I did a ceiling light scene. Oh, did I not? Whoa. Why is this so big? It's a little strange. Oh, I guess it's just because that shows the area where the Omni light is. Okay, I've got to replace these again because it was actually the wrong one as an inherited scene and did not have the Omni light. But it's fine. My hair is getting in my face. Okay. This one is the actual scene this time, I'm pretty sure. Right there. Okay, guys, we're getting there. Boom. Let's get rid of all these others. Okay, so that's normal now. They've got the metal texture on them. I don't like how the light kind of almost maybe phases through. Let's see what we can do here. So I can move it down there, and that's significantly better. I think it might have to do with the size of the light. Get it back to being 0. Fake mode. Yeah, sure. Let's try that out. There we go. It's a very small difference putting that metal texture on there, but I think it just helps a tiny bit. Slowly but surely, we're getting there, guys. A lot of the work right now, honestly, is just going back through and like fixing our old stuff that was stupid and broken. So, but it's okay. Let's make a hole for the car. Save this, open the building. And I don't remember what side has which side is the front. So we're just gonna make a gap here and hope and pray. See where that lands. Probably the right side, right? All right. No, it was not. So that's the front door, which means that it's over on this side then. Right over here. Then what we can do is potentially do another horizontal loop cut, or do like 2 of them like this. Just so that now I can make another little like corner piece here. Boom, select those guys. Now I can move this window around wherever I want. So it does create a lot of extra vertices doing loop cuts, but it is what it is. I can kind of get rid of a lot of these. Just like that. All right. So yeah, we're just going to keep kind of positioning this around until we get it to the spot where it needs to go. Doesn't have to be where that is. I mean, we can put it wherever. I'm actually going to shift it a little bit over to the side here because I want to have some space for our pizza oven. The bottom needs to be shifted. Move this like there, maybe? Let's see what that looks like. It's pretty close. I think we just moved the car over and we're probably pretty much good. Let me move you. Okay. So put it like right there. Okay. And then I want to like put like a window there, like a windowsill, right? Because right now it's got 0 thickness. This is one of the reasons why it's really nice to do this in Blender, because now I can just go like bam, and there we go. Like it's easy. To do that inside of the engine, it's really complicated and hard. And then I'll probably put like a frame in here, kind of like a little window thing. Maybe put like a little, like, what would you call that? Like the little piece of wood that goes on the window. Honestly, for that, I'll probably just use a cube. Or maybe what I'll do is this. I could like select that and duplicate it. Shift. Now I've got this as a separate object, and I can say separate by selection. There we go. Give it some thickness. Make it thicker. Basically just like that. This will be made out of wood. All right. Just going to here, give the wood material. Boom. Wood. It'll work. And then the next thing I want to do is add like a little like frame. I imagine this is sort of like a drive-through window or something. Like you know, it's gonna have like this sort of setup. Like one of these. Service opening. We could probably just like rip a texture from this. That would be kind of fun actually. Like literally. Like let's just grab like an image of a drive-through window like this and just like edit it. Yeah, the windowsill. Is that called the sill of the window? I don't know, I guess. Why does that have a little check for California? I don't know why. This is one thing that's really fun about this art style is you can just like find a texture and just like edit it, you know? Just cut it out and do whatever you want with it. Just a little too much. Just like that. And then there's our texture. So I guess we'll do white. It probably makes more sense for it to be black, but it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna go through and crop it. Boom. Yes. Now it's gonna be open, right? So I probably want to move this side over to the left, right? Because this is like the door that opens it. So let's do that. So we're just gonna kind of take all of that and just slide it open. Sort of like that. And we'll just kind of cover up all this stuff here. I guess it'll just remain open unless I want to do a little animation where you can see it physically open up, which is a possibility. So we could do that, honestly. We could just undo that, just completely separate that out as a separate sprite. Then delete this stuff. Now we can just animate that opening inside of the engine. Also, this stuff here is a little weird. Back down the threshold. There we go. Okay. Now we're getting there. There's still a couple more spots. Since it's going to be transparent, like when you see these spots, it's going to be really obvious that they're there. It's best that we get rid of them. Okay. So now let's save this as... just call it window frame. And then save this one as window door. Just fix a couple more spots on it. Oops, I did that on the other one. Doesn't matter, it's already saved. I'm just gonna crop this now. Hopefully the resolution here is fine. I could compress the resolution of these if I need to, but we'll see. And one thing I'm probably going to do is fill these in with like a semi-transparent like glass texture, you know? Just something like this, so it's kind of like you can tell that it's like there's something there. So otherwise it might be a little odd. So let's just do that, and then for the frame, bucket, fill that one in. Just a very slight overlay. Okay, this is gonna look really funny, but it might be kind of cool. Yeah, I think for the hydrate. Okay, we're gonna add a sprite 3D node, and this is gonna be for our frame. Am I winning? I think so. I think we're I think we're winning. No, things are going good. We're just working on getting everything set up here. Okay. Now the scale is way too big. I need to get like this kind of view on it, but it's tricky because the door's in there. Let's do that view. Oh, this will be good for centering it, at least. That. Get me out of orthographic view. Help. Okay. Then this needs to be shaded. Here, I need like a freaking light here, dude. That helps a little bit, I guess. Okay, the vertical scale is... So let's stop doing proportional scaling. Do like that right there. Go up just a tiny bit, because I don't want it clipping. Side to side, I think that's pretty good right there. Opening will be pretty large, so... Okay, and then flags, shaded. There we go. And the final step. So we're gonna call this window frame. Oh yeah, thank you for the wrist check. By the way, Chip, I found one of your shorts in the wild of YouTube. Oh yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I always see them show up on my like personal YouTube account because I'm subbed, so it's always funny. It'd be crazy if like my dad sees one day or something. I don't know. Sometimes he watches shorts. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. YouTube has done a pretty good job of like advertising, or like their algorithm seems to be very like good. Like sometimes on TikTok and stuff, a lot of the times videos there can just kind of fall flat, most of the time actually. But on YouTube it seems like you get a lot of stats on YouTube, which is always really nice. I get to see like the retention times and everything. Like Instagram, I would say, is second place in those regards. Like it's better than TikTok, but man, TikTok is... Freaking hate TikTok, dude. Both using it and uploading to TikTok is a nightmare. So. Yeah, anyways. Let's go ahead and duplicate. Now, for this other one, I'm actually going to make it a static body, because I'm going to need to give it a collision shape. We're just going to call this the door of the window. And I want to scale it to the same scale what our parent is. So it looks like we're already there. Just got to line that up. Oops, and don't do that. Make sure I'm moving the whole static body. And what'll be cool about this is it'll actually like have a tiny bit of depth, because I can like physically move it out just a tiny little bit from the other one. It'll look kind of cool, I think. All right, now for our collision shape, it's gonna be a box. I mean, honestly, I might just make it so there's a big collision shape over the whole thing. And then when you go to open it, Or like when the car is there and the door opens, it just opens, like it just disables the whole collision shape. It's probably just going to be the easiest way to do it, if I'm being real. So we'll just do that. I really wish I could like see it from this angle. But I think it goes to about like right there or something. Come on, this is not going to work. Let me out. Let me go out here and see it. I think it's a little easier. There we go. Yeah, I can see when that hits now. Boom. Boom and boom. Okay, so this is just going to be like active until the window opens, and then it is no longer active. I try to use TikTok so many times, but I don't get it. I can't curate my feed directly, so I just get random garbage. Dude, I've been getting some insane, like, I don't ever use TikTok, but like, one thing I absolutely hate about TikTok is the second that you go into it, it immediately forces you to do stuff, which is really dumb. Oh, the scale on this is funny. I'm gonna copy that value and then reset it back to 1. It's gonna mess up these, but then I'll just go into here and paste the value. There we go. Get this lined back up here. Right around there. And the collision shape is probably completely wrong now. Yeah, it got like big somehow. There we go. Yeah, my ranking would be YouTube #1, then Instagram, then TikTok, I think, in terms of the platforms I like using and also uploading to. So. Call this one the door, call this one the frame, call this one the window. So now we can just move this door and go like whoosh, and it opens, you know. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna set up I haven't set up a script for the world yet, which is strange. Okay. And we're gonna have some vars in here. So var car ready, you know. And we're just gonna say that's true by default. And then we can say like function set car status. And put in status. I almost just type balloons, like balloons tower defense. My brain is rotted, guys. So car ready will be equal to the new status. Mostly just do Reddit. Yeah, that's fair. I will say though, I mean, shorts are very great for getting wish lists and for getting attention on your game, you know? Because like Reddit is cool and all, but it's I think the other platforms are just so much more accessible to the general public of people. I'm gonna be real. I've kind of stopped doing Reddit posts and doing social media stuff like X and Blue Sky because it just doesn't matter. Like whenever I post those things, unless you get really lucky and get a super viral post, I don't see any kind of impact. But I feel like on the big three, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, like I can consistently make short form content and see real wishlist conversions happen. Like I can see people watch a video and a video comes out, I see a big spike in the wish lists, you know. It's consistent. So, and I would love to do like full on devlogs too. I really think that would be pretty neat. But yeah, eventually. The more you post, the more chance you have to win the lottery. It's true. Yeah, really, it feels like advertising is like, it really does sometimes feel like the lottery, where it's like you just have to hope and pray that you win big. It feels like that much more on social media, like X and, I mean, YouTube is social media, but you know what I mean? Like forum-based stuff. X and Blue Sky and Reddit feels very random to me. Say thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. So we're going to get an initial door position. So on ready var window door position. Or call it window door start. And then we're just going to set it to that. Well, I'm going to get... Okay, let's do this. Export var window door. There's a type of sprite 3D. Now we're going to get that. And then I'm going to say at onReady var window door start is equal to that dot position. So we're going to say in set car status, if status car is here, open door, open the window. Car is gone, close window. Now we're going to go ahead and say window door, we're going to like lerp the position or set up a tween. So get tree.create tween. Oops, I just say create tween. Do the same thing down here. And we're going to say tween.set tween. Oops, I always do that. Tween.tween property of the window door. We're going to move its position away from its start position over to window door start plus vector 3, and I have to figure out what direction it needs to go in. I think it's like that. That's probably completely wrong. Over the course of like 0.5 seconds. And we do the same thing over here. We're going to just set it back to the initial position when it closes. I'm also going to set up some code so that I can actually like toggle this and make it work. So I'm going to say if input.isAction just pressed. Let's just say whenever I jump, it swaps. Then we'll say set car status to whatever the opposite of car ready was. Let's go try it out. Twitter is also hard to curate now. Yeah, Twitter is, I never use Twitter anymore. It seems like a nightmare. Oh, I actually did the proper direction. It just needs a little more. Impressive. Oh yeah, a little more. Maybe like 2.5, you know? Oh yeah, guys, look at that. Look at that freaking drive-through window, guys. Crazy. Now there's a little bit of funny depth stuff happening here, it looks like, so I'm gonna go in here and take a gander. I think it's because of the way the flags are. It's like... it's probably the render priority. I'm just gonna set it to a higher priority, and I think that should fix the issue. Yeah, it seems like that's good now. Yeah, you can see it has like a tiny bit of depth, but it's still pretty obvious that it's like a 2D image. I just like the vibe of that. So I think how this is going to work is there's going to be like a bell here that you can hit or something, and that will send the car off with whatever it has inside of its trunk, you know? So you throw your pizzas in, you know, you're going to have like a readout here of your orders or something. You go, and then, yeah. Ding, 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 and then you send them out. And then while you like get your ingredients prepared for the next batch. So we're going to have some UI elements here. I want like on the screen here to show like your current list of orders, the current pizzas that you need to get. We'll probably have some kind of like, it'll just be like a per level timer, I think. We'll figure it out. I don't know if there's going to be like a lose condition for the game or not. We'll figure it all out. Yeah. Man door, hand hook, car door. I want pizza. I also want pizza. Sounds pretty good right now. Give me just a second, guys. Just a second, guys. Hold on, guys. Just a second. Had pizza yesterday for the first time in months, and I want more. That is the pizza curse. You get one pizza, and now you need more pizza. Okay. Pizza is my favorite food of all time, I would have to say. You know, I think as a child, burger and pizza were kind of like, you know, even for me, where I was like, man, I can't decide. But as time goes on, I think I've grown to enjoy pizza even more. It only gets harder as you get older. I'm gonna put a light right above the window so you can freaking see what's happening. Just put it right there. Let's turn off the sun in here so I can see what that looks like. It is really funny how it's just an image. I kind of like it like that. It's kind of cool. Let's go try it out. I might get some kind of like glass texture instead of just the blue transparent box. We'll see. Well, so now you can't see the license plate. I might lower this window a tiny bit possibly, or move the car over. Because like you're really going to be throwing them in like this window here now. I mean, even though you can throw them in anywhere, it just feels better there. Let's move that out a little bit. Let's try this out. Pizza's a lot more versatile. It really is. Like burger is good. Don't get me wrong. I love burger. But the thing with burgers is like, it's kind of like always the same thing. Like pizzas can be like 50 million different pizzas. Like you can make burgers different, but it's always got to be like, you know, bun, lettuce, burger meat. Like it's always the same like ordering and same ingredients and stuff like that. But pizza is like, all it is just a vessel for all the stuff on top. Like it's just bread, and you don't even have to do sauce if you don't want. Like you can do all sorts of different sauces. You could do marinara sauce. You could do like a ranch, like creamy Alfredo sauce. You know, you can go and do whatever you want. I feel like you don't have that kind of versatility with burgers. And then on top of that, like the ingredients are literally anything. Like if I gave you a burger and it didn't have like a hamburger in it, like made out of beef, then I think it would be like, you would complain like, this isn't a burger. But I could throw anything I want on a pizza and give it to you, and you'd be like, yes, this is indeed a pizza, right? There's no like, there's no rules for pizza. I think that's one of the best things about pizza. You can make any pizza your heart desires. Yeah, even dessert pizza, which is crazy. But I mean, that's really, like, it's a disc of dough, right? That's really all pizza is. And then it's just got some yummy stuff on top. So you can really do whatever you want. I realized one thing that we have to do here is regenerate the physics shape, because I believe it still has a collider. It's not supposed to. So let's go ahead and generate a collision, tri-mesh. Oh boy, which one's the real one? That one's the real one. This one's the bad, stinky one. Okay. Should have deleted it first. As a vegetarian, I eat halloumi. Oh, let's go. Halloumi cheese is pretty epic. Yeah, being able to grill cheese like that is crazy. It's very cool, though. Let me out! But yeah, halloumi instead of beef patties, be right about the rest. Burger's burger no matter what. Pizza's God tier. Exactly, yeah. It's so true. Once had a burger with mac and cheese. Oh man, that's crazy. Hey, Lord Tox, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. How's it going? What are you up to today on your stream? I can't push it out. Oh yeah, welcome in. We're just working on a little game jam that I kind of abandoned a couple years ago because I didn't get it finished on time for the deadline of the jam. I think I got like sick, or there was some like, I remember there was like some reason that I didn't finish it. I was like, oh, I can't do this anymore. But I don't remember what it was. Working on some Twitch bot refactoring. Lost in the TypeScript sauce. Oh, yeah. Very epic, though. Yeah, Twitch bot stuff. I need to work on my overlay more. I want to add like some more commands and stuff like that. There's a whole bunch of things I want to do. But yeah, pretty epic. Are you you're using TypeScript? Yeah. I presume it's just like your own like custom setup for everything then. Are you using like a pre-existing like framework for all your like API stuff, or just like writing all of the networking from scratch? Just thinking here what I want to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and change the collision shape here then, whenever that happens. Let's go grab here. So this has like this list of things. I wish there's just a way I could like just turn it off for a second. I don't think there is. Well, I could do that though on this. I can say disabled. So let's try it. So if that's open, I'm gonna say disabled is true. And then here we say disabled is false. Okay. It's an Electron app with Vue.js for front-end stuff. And use Torpil.js for the Twitch API, though. Okay, nice. Very cool. Yeah, I've been just doing all my overlay stuff through Godot, honestly. There's a plugin that you can get for it called Twitcher. It's been really, really nice to use. I've had a couple issues with it. I think I just need to update it. Because I kept having this problem where it would like disconnect and time out. It's like the certificate, but I don't think it's a huge thing. Hopefully it's easily fixable. Yeah, this collision actually is working fine. Somehow as a player, I'm not able to fit through here. I don't know why. I feel like I should be able to, but I can't. So, hey, I'm not complaining. I can put a table in here if I want. It's a bit crazy. Yeah, that's very epic though. Yeah, I gotta get around to some more overlay stuff soon. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. It's hard to say. It's hard when you got so many projects going on. Like, I don't know. It's tricky because, like, on one hand, I really like having multiple projects because it means I get to sort of like take a break every once in a while. Like, if I'm working on something for a really long time, I get to be like, all right, I'm just going to work on something else today and just chill, you know, and that's really nice. But then also the other side of it too is like, if you're working on something that you're really enjoying, you kind of like, there's pressure to stop working on it and work on a different thing, you know? So it's a little, I don't know, it's a mixed bag. Where did my pizza go? Did it get pushed down to the void? Yeah, I need to make the pizzas like thicker so they stop falling through things. Oh yeah, I think I walked on it and then it did that. Yeah, I gotta make the pizza thicker because it's a little annoying right now. It doesn't need to actually be so thin, really. I don't even know where it is. It's not the pizza cutter. What even is that scene? I know it's a scene I can spawn. Let's go look at my dough guy. Dough. Don't drop his dough. Sorry. No. Tomato sauce. This is the scene of just the tomato? What does he generate? Ingredient. Okay. Oh boy, I'm just doing it this way? That's pretty stupid. I'll have to fix that. Overlaying Godot is fun. Do you like share the overlay to OBS with something like Spout? What I have set up, honestly, it's been pretty easy. I just use like a game capture on OBS, and I just have the window open on another monitor. It's like in the background, so I can't even like see it right now, but it works pretty well for me. I could totally do something like that if I wanted to, like, but what's nice about it though is I have like, I can access like a little menu. Theoretically, I could get it set up where I could do that menu as a separate window that opens, and then I like, yeah, use something like Spout to like just transmit the rendering stuff over separately, so it's not actually on my computer. But I don't know. There's a lot of ways that you could do it, and I think it's cool that there's so many ways you could go about it. So, I actually don't even need to chroma key it because Godot has support for transparent windows, so that's basically all I'm doing. And also OBS has support for capturing transparent windows, so you can just say allow transparency. Yeah. So it's actually really nice. Yeah, I can just have like green stuff. I can do whatever colors I want on screen. I don't have to bother with chroma keying because it's just transparent. Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice. It's honestly like a pretty decent setup, I would say. I haven't really ever had any problems with it, luckily, so yeah, it's been working well for me. But yeah. Anyways, unfortunately, I do have to end stream. I gotta go grab dinner now. It's ready to go. But yeah, I think we're making progress. We didn't get it finished today because I didn't realize how much like broken stuff there was that I needed to fix. But it's okay. I'll continue working on things. I just got in here. I apologize. Yeah. Yeah, the stream schedule's been a little funny today because my water heater, but it's okay. We're back to normal now. So, who do we want to raid? Oh yeah, Scary Pastry I thought was doing lured in or was going to do lured in. They might be waiting for me to raid, so we're gonna raid Scary because we talked to them about doing the demo. So. But yeah, we can go right in there. Why did it have to be so tiring today? It's all good. The whole VOD of this today's stream is over on YouTube, so you can always check that out if you really want to. Yeah, let me go start the raid. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming in and for all the raids. We got a whole bunch. More talks. I really appreciate it. Ezra. Very cool. So yeah. Take care, eat good dinner. Thank you, I will. All right. Yeah, feel free to join the Discord. Wishlist lured in on Steam and play the demo. Grab Starground if you want. Yeah, we'll be live again tomorrow, 3:30 MDT. Probably working a little bit more on this game and then maybe also Deadlift. And then I think Wednesday and beyond, we're going to kind of get back onto the lured in train a little bit and get another update out for that. Thanks for a good stream. Thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate it. Got a wrist check. I'll continue doing this as I walk upstairs to eat. All right. Thank you, everybody. I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. I keep seeing this. Unknown has been watching for consecutive streams. It's like something wrong with my chat thing. But, yeah, weird. All right, anyways. Bye, everybody.